It's good to see you this morning.
Morning.
How are you feeling at the moment?
I'm good, thank you.
How's your leg?
It's okay, I'm getting there slowly.
Tell us about this meeting that you had with the boss, where you found out about the reopening of the ride.
Well, he came to the home and he was talking to us, and I got a little bit upset because sometimes I do anyway. And he just sort of mentioned that what the papers were saying was all true about money not being as much as it used to, and park visits not as high. And he just sort of said that he wanted to open the ride as soon as possible, really.
Was it a meeting that you had asked for because you'd seen that in the papers, or was it something that the company had offered?
They offered it, but they did come to see me quite regularly anyway.
And how did you feel when he said that they were going to reopen the ride?
I was upset because obviously I don't want to hear that. It's still very raw. I don't want it reopened quite yet because I'm not ready to hear that.
And did you say that to Nick Varney when you saw him?
I was too upset. I couldn't really say anything. He did look concerned that I was upset, but nothing else was mentioned about it. I just sort of sat there upset.
Because he was saying that what visitor numbers had been affected. Was he saying because of the fact that this particular ride had been closed?
He didn't say that, but I could assume that's what he meant. That's what it felt like he meant anyway when he said they weren't obviously taking in as much money as they used to be.
And for you, what's happened has had such a huge impact on your life, hasn't it? How much has it affected you?
It's affected literally every aspect of my life. I'm not independent anymore at all. I'm slowly getting that back, but my life is never going to be the same as what it used to be. So it just feels I've got all this to deal with for the rest of my life. And then they've said this a couple of months after it's happened. It feels like it's not fair.
I can imagine if in your state of mind, you might want that ride to be closed for good.
I'd like it to be, but obviously I know that's not realistic because it was a big attraction for the company. But I would like it to be, but it's not realistic.
But you want them to delay now the reopening of that as a sort of mark of sensitivity about what you've been through and what others have been through.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And just, you know, Charlotte was talking to you about how this has affected your life. What were you doing before that you are now not able to do? You talk about your independence, about work or study or...
I was at university, so I've been there for 2 years, so I've been independent for almost 2 years. I was doing basically whatever I wanted with my friends. I was looking after myself, and then now I've had to go home and I can't do many things myself. I can't carry a drink from one room to the other, and obviously my mum and dad want to help me as much as they can, so everything's changed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, thanks very much for coming in to talk to us this morning. We've got a statement here from Alton Towers. It's from Nick Varney from Merlin Entertainment, saying, since the terrible incident on June the 2nd, we've done all we can to support those badly affected by it and their families. He says he genuinely thought the right thing to do was to meet with each of them individually to explain our main findings and answer their questions directly. In all my conversations, I expressed our sincere apology and acceptance of responsibility for what happens. And he says, I'm deeply sorry if anything we discussed caused distress or offence. So that's the statement from Alton Towers there.
It took me a long time to feel all right in my own skin, and I thought if I could help other people feel comfortable sooner, then, you know, it'd be an help.
And how has it been?
It's been manic.